Yeah, but I'm not even sure like people I'm not doing this for people that are already in the game. I'm doing this for everybody who hasn't started yet. Got it?
Macro, I'm from mom and dazzle. Got it like ground like gravel. Coming back around like lasso. Macro, like a vision board, I see with clarity. I hustle like my name is Garyvee.
Sabas, I've been telling you.
Accounts was talking about equity. I'm Triple H giving the pedigree. That mean that I'm special, my specialty. I put in the work till I'm dirt in the earth. I'm moving furniture to Beverly.
Yeah, I tend to get it off the muscle. I tend to light up in the function. Yeah, I see you shook. Don't ever try to overlook. I better be the main focus. It's me and you, it's do or die. I'll never lie, It's my moment, I had to drive. And all the time, daddy, now when got the blame. Put some food on my plate. Saucy with the steak. You didn't let me get comfortable. Was feeling like a Huxtable. Got you where I wanted you. Hope you know that I'm coming for you.
Listen to the same exact song for 5 hours. That right there. So real quick, you'll see the image here I just posted in my Instagram story. By the way, if you're not following my Instagram story, it's a huge mistake. I feel like that's become an incredibly important place. Though I've upped my Snapchat game too. Been upping it. Like everybody asking me like Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, both. Like what happens if tomorrow Snapchat drops some sort of feature, it changes everything. I'm just gonna be scrambling back. Stay consistent. Stay consistent as long as if something gets big enough, stay consistent until it's dead or explodes. Twitter, gonna definitely do a retweet club. Gonna come up with something. Getting a little momentum, believe it or not, on Twitter. Listening a lot there, engaging, comes so natural. Though I'm getting more serious about my Instagram comments too. But anyway, that exchange, D-Rock. So, that photo. That exchange. That's what sparked it. Like, people like, it's the way, you know, I sent it to you, right? Email? Mm-hmm. Like how to get people started. How does one get started? See, what did she say? So basically, I'm gonna make a video that's gonna go bonkers, I think, of how to start. How to start. I think it's gonna be predicated on getting people to state their manifesto, whether that's your mission or where you're at right now, your truth. Manifesto, you know, the kind of, the what, right? I frame it up into like the what. The how is, there's only certain few ways to communicate in the world, right? Written word, video, or audio. So that's the next thing. So you gotta talk about your truth or your mission. Then you've gotta figure out how you're gonna create that communication. Only 3 true pillars, that's it. Written word, audio, or video. That's it, guys. That's how you communicate. And then number 3, where? The distribution. How you gonna get it out? How to start. Got it? Yeah. Manifesto or your State of the Union, your truth. Maybe even a little clip for me sitting in the, actually definitely a clip for me sitting in, on the airplane in London where I look like Darth, like a Star Wars character. Same shit I hear from everybody who wins. You know, I think the fear of losing trumps the excitement of victory for so many people.
This my last year being broke.
Very good. To put me in a position to be a real partner or player, I'm very empathetic to the real life business you're dealing with. Well, I'm aware. That's why I reached out to you. I didn't know what that was. You know, they emailed us and we pushed a meeting that we were supposed to have because of that. And I figured I'd come to you and like really have this convo, you know? I'm telling you right now, you need to take a step back and give a real thought. You don't really know me, but I think your intuition on me is right. I think I can be a big plus here instead of a minus. I'm very interested in risk, especially if I believe in somebody. I mean, this is a long game, right? I can lose the entire year and win with you in 4 years. I'm very open. I, on the other hand, am sitting with a lot of extra people, so I have an asset. that I can deploy. So I don't know what that means, but you should definitely keep it in the back of your mind. You know, again, I think we're talking about skill sets and politics, so they don't blend all the time. So I'm very empathetic, but there might be a way, I mean, look, there might be a way for the scope to be directly with you, right? Like, and small. I think a lot of things are going well in my direction, and I could see this really being a huge win for me if I played this right. And the downside is, my only downside is that you know that I'm even smarter and better than you think, and you feel like I did the right thing. That's not a very big downside. How much in fee are we getting?
Nah, let's finish this shit.
All in?
And I got a couple of flows. You never said that I'm giving you
Right, we can use it. I totally agree.
Repugnant pundits that push agendas and pass judgment. My confidence consequently squandered, I'm being honest. These moments never lapse. I sit and watch them pass me, but still find time for the craft throughout the midst of madness. This mind-numbing tactic is...
Getting started is always the hardest thing. It's so difficult for so many people. Crippled, you know, just the starting point seems to be the thing that most people can't figure out. And through these different exchanges, I'm starting to figure out a cadence here. I haven't made a detailed post, kind of a step 1, step 2, step 3. It's really not my style. It's a little bit more from the hip, from the heart, but I think I got something. I think I really have this kind of step 1, step 2, step 3. It starts with the manifesto. You have to produce a piece of content. And remember, this is not for people who've already started. This is singularly for people who are sitting and have not started putting their name or their business into the world. They're crippled by, how do I start? How do I get into this social media game? How do I put out my stuff? Very simply, step 1, the manifesto. Either why you want to start putting out content, or what you're going to start doing, or where are you going, or what are you about? The why or the what? Like, what are you about? Who are you about to become? Or what you want to happen. You know, for me, legacy of being an entrepreneur, or giving advice, or you're starting this journey to talk about your barber shop, right? Manny, how old is this barber shop now? 4 months?
5 months.
5 months. Manny's first video should have been 5 months ago. Like, here, we're starting. We want to change the game. This is why we did it. This is why we left our shop. This is what we think we can do. This is the beginning. Either what you're trying to accomplish, or why you're trying to do this. Number 2 is where. Where do you put out the content, right? There's only really 3 core ways in the current internet to really communicate to the world. The written word, so you blog, you post on LinkedIn, you guest blog on different sites, you write. By the way, you can even do this on Instagram. You can take a photo and write 7 paragraphs. I actually think it's a good strategy. Same with Facebook. Take a stinking photo, like, you know, and then write 13 sentences, 19 sentences. Or video, what I'm doing right now. YouTube, Facebook video, Instagram 1-minute versions. Video is the other way we communicate. And number 3, audio. The boom of podcasts. So many people. Am I talking? It's screwing you up? I love it. Podcast boom, right? All the people that kind of popped, whether Jordan from Art of Charm, or Pat Flynn, or Lewis Howes, it was audio that became their kind of like saving grace and their platform. So first you gotta figure out what or why you wanna talk about it, and then number 2, you've gotta figure out where you're gonna deploy your first piece of manifesto content. This rant, this mission statement, this manifesto. And then finally, like, where is this stuff gonna show up? Distribution, such a big part of the strategy. Like, cool, you figured out what you're gonna talk about. I wanna save the world from babysitting mistakes, and I'm gonna be the babysitting expert. Cool, you figured out how to say it. You recorded it into your voice memo on your phone, and you just kept going, right? You figured it out. You ended up being good in a radio voice. But now where does it go? So, this gets very detailed. Obviously, if it's written word, you look at the mediums, the LinkedIn, the WordPresses, you start a blog, right? Or you do it on your Facebook, or you do it on your Instagram. If it's video, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook, you've got Instagram, you've got all these different platforms. And then if it's audio, you've got SoundCloud and podcasting platforms, Sketcher, Google Voice, iTunes. You create a podcast, and just Google, how do I set up my podcast? How do I get to distribute my content? But then you've got to figure out, how do people discover it, the where, right? And this is where you go into, ironically, we're here again. This is where we showed you how to go into the DM, right? Or you've got to figure out how to use some money and use Facebook ads and target the people that you're trying to reach. Or grinding hustle, just literally emailing 700 to 1,500 different blogs or media sites and saying, do you want to distribute my content, right? emailing Entrepreneur Magazine, Inc. Magazine, Babysitting Weekly, whatever it may be. You've got to get distribution. The way you do that is either through time or money. Money's easy. Facebook ads, Google ads. Time is hard, but if you have no money, it's your only option. So nobody's gonna cry for you. If you want people to know about your stuff, you need to find other places that have eyeballs or ears and get it out there. So you need to ask to be a guest on other people's blogs or other people's blogs, influencer marketing. You know, these are the things that you need to figure out. So that's how you start. I have a nice new haircut.
Nah, I'm good. I'm just sick of shit, nigga. Nah, let's finish this shit. Let's do it.
And I got a couple of flows. You let me spit it, I'm giving you all of my heart. Everything that I'm feeling inside. Don't look up out of the records. Repugnant pundits that push agendas and pass judgment. My confidence, consequences, squandered. I'm being honest. These moments never last. I sit and watch them pass me, but still find time for the craft throughout the midst of madness. It's mind numbing tactic is now.
Just addicted to attention, man. The attention, not like I need attention, trading attention. That's the game. People don't get it. Attention. It's the only thing that matters. And then the next thing that matters is what do you say with that attention? And that's it. 1-2 punch, baby.
In my family work, they whole lives. I've seen them struggle and survive. That's where I learned the meaning of sacrifice. To love someone so much that you put your dreams on the shelf. To provide a life for them that you never had for yourself. I recall all them nights in D1. Arguments over low funds. Roaches inside the dresser, but never settle for less of these rappers. Speak of progression as though they've actually seen it. This mind-boggling selfishness is though materialistic shit can fix all of your problems and situations and instances. I've seen what money does to the soul and mud is it. If there's no moral compass, but you've amassed an